Hands up if you live or have lived in a tropical country. Which countries have you lived in or where you're from?
Italy.
Italy's not a tropical country. So you can go back, sit down. I said tropical country. Colombia is definitely a tropical country. By the way, if you are thinking, I don't want to be up here, these guys are about to have the most extraordinary experience. We're going to bomb you with joy. Yeah? So you are going to give them the gift of joy, but you're also going to give them the gift of music. And these colleagues are going to be your audience. Well done. Thank you so much. Give yourself an applause.
Last bit of rain. No, that was insane.
How do you feel?
I feel good. Yeah.
Big question. What is a mindset?
A way of thinking.
Paradigm.
A paradigm. Tell me more. What do you mean?
It's just your view of the world.
So my question to you is, what did you see of my leadership mindset as I conducted 2,500 people through that performance of music?
You were enthusiastic and encouraging. You were kind of bounding around the stage with an encouraging look on your face and smiling. Your eyes were quite bright and wide open. And then that made it obvious what we were supposed to do.
You were just upbeat.
Yeah.
You could tell that you knew what you were doing and that you were going to tell us how to do it the proper way. It just made me buy into it and have the right mindset, I guess.
Yeah. So a mindset breeds a mindset. Friends, mindsets are visible. Your team members, your team colleagues, your leaders, your customers, they see your mindset. And mindsets can serve you for better and they can serve you for worse. Now, I'm aware that I'm amongst a very high-performing team. And I'm not here to tell you how to become a high-performing team because you are already one. But what I want to do is I want to spark your interest and curiosity to think, how can you grow even more? We are bringing in a world-class music team, and we are going to invite you with curiosity to examine and analyze how they achieve a world-class performance consistently. And in doing so, we are going to invite you to think, what learning can I take from this group of musicians and apply it in my context? So it's my great pleasure to introduce you and welcome to you the Moving Performance Brass Quintet. And these players play in the London Symphony Orchestra, the London Philharmonic Orchestra, the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and other incredible ensembles. How do you feel listening to that?
Emotional.
Engaged.
How about you, sir?
Excited.
Excited. Thank you. Friends, when we are customers of a world-class, high-performing team, notice the difference in those words you've just heard to the words we put up on the screen about what makes up a high-performing team. Because the impact of a high-performing team, the impact of what you do with your clients invokes an emotional response. What if my team member said to me, or my colleague in another part of the organization said, I'm humbled to work with you? That'd be quite amazing, wouldn't it? Or I'm honored, or I feel calm working with you, or excited, or emotional, or the other words we heard. That is the impact of a high-performing team. And I just want to encourage you never to forget that. Why did you go, oh?
It just sounds horrible, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah, we are used to really adjusting to each other the whole time to our tuning. So for me, I wanted to do all I could to try and fix that, but I couldn't. It was unfixable.
Hands up if you have kids. Okay, fantastic. So you have kids, and have you ever been to a school concert? I don't really need to say much more, do I? The reason being is the kids haven't learnt to listen. And that's why it's usually a painful experience, because they can't hear that they're out of tune. My question is, how do you tune? How do you take that idea and tune in your team? Most teams will tune to the objective, and that's as far as it goes. But I would like to suggest 3 questions which can help the tuning process a bit more effectively. The first... So, Adam, you're here playing the trumpet.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool part that she's playing.
It's amazing, yeah.
You must really want that for yourself, right?
No. It's unbelievable to listen to Angela play it. It's one of the privileges of my job, is that I either get to play in quintets like this and listen to Angela play, and it inspires me.
Question, how do you manage your brilliance?
Oh gosh, there's always someone better in the room than me, quite honestly. So I you know, that's a really good piece, but there are other people who are probably better at it than I am. So I try and imitate these people, and you know, so there's an element of modesty about things that I do. I try my best to be as exuberant as possible, but you know.
Isn't that a beautiful answer? Friends, what we just heard in those 2 responses, and it's interesting this piece of music was called, or is called, Amazing Grace. We are seeing the leadership principle of grace. Grace is the idea of putting someone before yourself. It's the idea of taking, if you will, the lower seat to celebrate someone else's success and ability. Friends, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure working with you. Thank you. Thank you to our brass quintet. And thank you to our participants who all volunteered and were brave enough to share their thoughts and ideas. Thank you.